What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a video. Hope y'all have an amazing day as usual. In this video, we're going to take a look at the top 10 reasons why you should move to Newark, New Jersey. Now, before we get into today's video, please make sure to like, subscribe, and always comment down below. It really helps out with the videos. So, Newark, New Jersey is one of my favorite cities. It's the city I'm closest to and probably the city that I'm in the most. And I feel like the city doesn't get enough positive light. There's a lot of negative things, like high crime and very high poverty rate. But I would say that the good in Newark definitely outweigh the bad. So there are great things about the city. So let's get into this. Number 10, anything related to the arts. Newark has a great outdoor art scene. There are also plenty of art galleries and anything just related to art. They have plenty of murals across downtown and graffiti tags all over the city. So if that's your thing, Newark's great. Also, along McCarter Highway, they have about a mile's worth of murals by the side of the railroad tracks, which is really cool. One really cool place to go is the Newark Art Museum. If you're really into like nice sculptures and interesting architecture, then you should definitely check out the Newark Art Museum. There's also plenty of other museums like the African American History Museum, and there are plenty of shows, theaters, and concerts at Prudential Center, and of course the New Jersey Performing Arts Center, which is one of the most famous locations in Newark. So if you're into anything that is related to the arts, Newark is a great place to be for that. Number 9 is the people. Now, a couple years back, there was a survey, and Newark was ranked as the most unfriendly city in the world, but I find that very hard to believe. I've been to Newark many times, and while yes, there are a lot of rude people in the city, or people that are just not friendly, most people are at least polite, and I've ran into some really friendly people. One time I was in downtown, and this nice man decided to have a good 10-15 minute conversation with me. I've also done community service in Newark, and everyone there is super friendly. Number 8 is the cost of living. Now, Newark's not cheap by any stretch of the imagination, but when compared to other areas and other communities in the tri-state area, you can find some pretty cheap rents in Newark. And most of the rents that are under $1,500 are in sketchy neighborhoods. Sadly, there are neighborhoods in Newark that probably need to be bulldozed and replaced, but you can still find some really nice rentals in Newark. Number 7 is the jobs. Now, there are plenty of jobs in Newark. Not all of them are high paying, but most are at least decent paying. There are plenty of jobs for United Airlines, plenty of healthcare jobs, university jobs. There are plenty of trucking companies and railroad companies in Newark as well. And, of course, New Jersey Transit, which is one of Newark's biggest employers. The fact is, there are just plenty of jobs in the area that you can have. There's also many insurance and financial jobs. And, of course, you can commute into the city as well for work. Number 6 is walkability. Almost every part of Newark is walkable. Just about every street in the city has sidewalks, and there are plenty of bike lanes and e-scooters. You can actually rent e-scooters, which are open to the public. You just have to download the e-scooter app, and you can rent them, which is really cool. So getting around Newark, walking or biking, is very easy. Number 5 is the parks. Obviously, the most famous park in Newark is Branch Brook Park, which is designed by the same person who designed Central Park. There's a beautiful lake, many concerts, food trucks, and of course, the famous cherry blossoms. During April, the cherry blossoms here are absolutely gorgeous, and Branch Brook Park has the most cherry blossoms of any place in the world, actually, which is pretty cool. And there are other good parks as well, like Weequahic Park in the South Ward, Vailsburg Park, and many other parks across the city, like Westside Park, Riverbank Park in the Ironbound section, and of course Military Park, which I believe used to have a carousel, but I don't think they have a carousel there anymore. Just look at the amount of parks in the area. Good job, Newark. Number 4 is Newark Airport. And Newark Airport is notoriously hated, but it's actually a pretty good airport. Newark Airport's the largest United hub in America, and goes to plenty and plenty of destinations. It's a very busy airport, so be prepared for that, but I think it's the best out of the three commercial airports in the New York City metro area. And just recently, they renovated Terminal A, so Terminal A is super nice now. I don't fly much, but when I do, it's always out of Newark, and I think Newark is a pretty solid airport. Number three is public transportation access. If you do not have a car in Newark, do not sweat it. It's perfectly fine. There are plenty of train stations, as well as the PATH train, which can take you into New York City for $2.75. There are plenty of commuter railroads that goes across the state at Newark Penn Station or Newark Broad Street. There's Amtrak, which goes all across the country. There's also Greyhound bus service, and plenty of local bus routes that go all across northern New Jersey. And in addition to that, there is also a light rail service, which goes through downtown and northern Newark, which is very, very reliable. Now, New Jersey Transit as a whole is not the most reliable system, but there is plenty of access to public transportation. Just about every major thoroughfare in Newark has public transportation, and you're never really that far from a bus route or a train. Number two is its proximity to New York City. Now, you can get on a PATH train from Newark Penn to the World Trade Center, and it's a 24-minute ride, which is pretty fast, and it's only $2.75. In addition to this, you can also take New Jersey Transit into the city, and of course, if you want to drive, it can take pretty long, about 45 minutes during rush hour, but if it's a weekend, it's probably about 20 minutes. And the best thing about Newark has to be the food. There are so many good Portuguese restaurants, Spanish and Brazilian restaurants in the Ironbound neighborhood. Also, you can find great Spanish food, like Dominican and Caribbean food, all across the city. There's also a lot of African cuisine, soul food, and fast food restaurants if you're not feeling super fancy. The reality is you can find many, many nice places to eat in Newark, and people come from all over to sample Newark's delicious cuisine. There's also plenty of hot dog trucks as well, and halal food. Look at all the restaurants in the area. So there you have it. Those are the top 10 reasons to move to Newark, New Jersey. So make sure to like, subscribe, and God bless to all you guys.